Wow, Pierre!
Ahoy! And welcome to Thingies, where I document my journey into the third dimension. Yes, that's right, and it's been a bit of a journey as well. Plenty of hurdles. Technical, hardware, software, physical and even mental hurdles. But out of this I've got some really good advice for you. And for my advice, you can click like to this video in payment. Well, go on then. Anyway, back in my previous video, I showed you that I had thrown together some mic stands for a drum kit using broom sticks, vacuum cleaner pipes and a lot of masking tape, which wasn't working very well. But I have created a nice little conversion kit, fully adjustable, relatively strong, more stylish than masking tape. I even printed the screw threads. Now, time is supposedly the fourth dimension, and this is what I'm calling a timeline. It's holding a fully extended phantom power mic. And moving on to evidence of proof for the advice I'm about to give you. A snapped off threaded bolt, and I'm going to tell you how I made them as strong as possible, bearing in mind they're only PLA plastic. I can now put a surprising large amount of pressure on these threads. They really are pretty strong considering. And this little fella we saw a brief making of in a previous video. And this little thingy is way more complex than it looks, mirroring the bracket on the spare snare stand right down to the little grab teeth on the inside. A replacement part for another mic stand. The blue even has a weird glow-in-the-dark effect. Now, for the all-important advice. Don't print threaded screws vertically. Fine print them at 100% infill, and don't bother if you can get normal metal nuts and bolts. This is how I advise you to set up threaded screws in the slicing program. It's probably going to be better to print your threads separate from everything else, because they have to be printed at 100% infill and fine print, and you probably don't want everything else wasting that amount of PLA. Position your design so that it is at the most acute angle across the threads. This does mean everything is being printed in mid-air, so we're going to need support. Click support icon on the right hand side and then auto support. Then click remove to take out the support from the female threads. You don't want that in there. Looks like there was only one. Then back to the main screen to start slicing. Make sure the slice profile is in fine print. Then select raft and enable it because we are using support. And then slice the beast. A quick look at the slice preview to show you what I mean. There's a lot of information in this program now, so if you've got a really old computer like I have, it could be a real struggle to move around. And it looks like I've forgotten about the 100% infill. So back on the slicing program again. Select infill and change the fill density to 100%. This will make your part solid. And go back onto slice. Slice preview. Not yet, hasn't thought about it yet. Let's try it again. Here we go. Incidentally, look at the top right hand corner at the estimated print time. 11 hours 57 minutes. I'll just wait for the processors to catch up and I'll show you what I mean about the horizontal layers. It's really difficult to move around when the computer's slow. There we go. As I zoom in, you can see each layer of plastic that it's going to lay down. And because we have them at an angle, a set angle at them, set the angle of the layers right across the threads, it makes it more stronger, obviously, and this is what we want. Layers going across the thread, or down the thread should I say. That's what we want. And if you were to print them vertically, you would have layers going across the threads, not along the threads. That's what we don't want. So, slipping back into the 3 dimensions of the CAD program to see the final part of the drum mic stand conversion kit. Looks pretty full on, but nothing new here, just putting parts together or taking them away from each other. The same way I did in the video before. I have used copy and paste on the parts that I've already designed before, like the mic holder and the wing bolts. Notice how the wing bolts are laid out at an angle. They won't be 100% infill, but as long as I'm careful with them, they'll definitely be stronger than if they were printed vertically. Another free piece of advice for you, that you can click subscribe or share to this video as payment. If you intend on printing multiple parts like this, it's a good idea to show yourself the space you have to work in. Just pick up, hang on a minute, just pick up the cube in parts and make it the size of area that you've got to print in. It gives you a nice visual of the space you have. So we select everything apart from the printing area we've just created by holding down the control button and clicking on the part in your inventory. Then Control and E for export. Then make sure you're saving it in an STL mesh file. Now let's open that file in the slicing program. And immediately we can see the part is too tall. What to do, what to do. Okay. Over to the right hand side and click Cut. I want the cut to be on the horizontal plane and move it up to the point where I'm happy to cut the part. I'm choosing here because it will be easier to glue back together with super glue at this point. Start the cut, and you'll notice it gives us two different files. We now need to move the cut file to the platform, but it's no good. It's no good where it is. So we choose the file, move it to the platform, have a look at the top. It's no good there. So we want to move it, and that's just the case of holding down the x-axis in the direction we require and then the y-axis in the same way again. And the same for the other part, the other file. Being as I need two of these parts, I need two mic holders. All I have to do is click duplicate and it gives me that part again. So I'm going to maneuver that around to fit the printing area. Just about there. Click on the other part and duplicate it. It gives me again, and it has it in a place where it's quite suitable for me. Now I would say that looks like a pretty full printing bed, but I've made sure nothing is touching each other. Just. It does, however, need support, so over to support, and then auto support, and just a quick tinker about, as one of the supports has breached the printing limits. So I just go back onto the main screen and move it again. And move it. What's happened there? Oh yeah. That'll do. Oh, you do have to let go. Anyway, quick edit. Now I'm going to remove a support from the internal threads and anywhere else I can see is not needed. So click the remove in the support program, and then you just click on the support and it goes away, turns blue and goes away. Don't want them in internal threads. There's quite a bit of messing about here, so with a quick edit jump to when I'm done. And back. Start slicing. Come on, go back. Start slicing. It needs a raft because we have support. And so start slicing from there, I guess. Another edit, back in a bit, because this is going to take some time. Or just have a good look around at this point for any errors, because now is the last time you can do anything about it before any errors are printed. Yeah, it looks all right. What's going on now? And the estimated print time on this puppy is 39 hours. Good. wild thing. You make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing. Wild thing, I think I love you. But I wanna know for sure. Come on and hold me tight. I love you. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing. Move me, but I wanna know for sure. Come on and hold me tight. You move me. Wild thing, you make my heart sing. You make everything groovy. Wild thing, come on, wild thing. Shake it, wild thing. I love you, wild thing.